Hi there. I'm about to drop another controversial topic, and this is one that, frankly, I believe for much of my life, and that is the fact that, you know what, I want to be a millionaire someday, right? The millionaire next door. I want to make $1 million, Um, for whatever reason, that $1 million number is stuck out there, and I think all of us at some level have always said, someday I'm going to be a millionaire. And I'm here to tell you now that that is 100% the wrong goal. We bought a story that was sold by the big banks, by other institutions, um, and we need to stop it. When you retire, I can promise you that the right goal is not, having seven figures in some savings account or 401k or stock market or the equity in your house or whatever it happens to be. I promise you that's the wrong goal. And if you give me a few minutes, we'll sort of walk through this, why I think it's the wrong goal, and more importantly, what I think the right goal is. And hopefully we can start talking about what the right goal is, because I promise you, being a millionaire, it's cute, whatever, but it's not going to help you long term. And I think you need to reset your expectations and focus on the right goal. So I guess I need to have a slide on why being a millionaire is the wrong goal, right? I'm not saying being a millionaire is bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying being a millionaire is the wrong goal, right? I'm being very specific. Being a millionaire is great. Being a multimillionaire is better. But I'm here to tell you, being a millionaire cannot be your goal. So, of course, after I talk about why I think it's the wrong goal, I'm going to share with you what I think the right goal is. Again, as everything on this channel, it's my channel, so it's 100% my opinion. You could like it or hate it. I'm sorry if you hate it, but it is who I am. But we'll talk about what it is. Once I sort of set the goal, I'll talk about the best way to get there. Especially, again, my audience is typically full of high income earners. They're busy professionals. They have very little, small slivers of time. But if they do believe in what the right goal is, there's a way to help them. And then the really important thing in all of this is, if you buy into my goal, I think most of you, over the course of 2 short years, could plant the right seeds and then just let time go by. And in 15 years, you're going to exceed the goal. So that's what I hope to bring to this when we finish. So again, why is being a millionaire the wrong goal, right? It sounds great. Hey, I have $1 million in the bank. Again, it's not a bad goal, but it's not the right one. It's fool's gold, right? I promise you that it's fool's gold, and even when you get there, it'll be like sort of anticlimactic. I think the system around us has been rigged, and all the books and marketing collateral and all these things pushing us to think like be a millionaire. Who wants to be a millionaire? The video or the TV show. It's all sort of put it out there, some big aspirational goal. And what that means is we're tucking away money and doing all these other things. And unfortunately, um, I think the system is sort of using us, and I think it's the wrong thing. I think the system wants to keep you working, right? And again, they want to keep you working, more importantly, to keep paying taxes, right? You W-2 earners, most of you, the ones I talk to, are losing 40, if not 56 or 57% of your take-home pay, or you have your pay, right? You're only netting 43%. The freaking government wants you to keep doing that, right? They'll happily take 30 minutes of your 1 hour and take that income, and every hour that you work. They want that. They need you to do that, frankly. But I think that's part of the problem is we've been set up to believe something that's not true. This is what really happens, right? If you have $1 million in the bank, after 30 years, well, first off, do you think the bank keeps that $1 million there? No, they pay you, let's just say 1%. And then they do fractional lending, right? They take your $1 million and lend it out 8 or 9 times. And oh, by the way, they charge, I don't know, what, 5, 6, 7% for that? So banks love having big savers out there because they take your savings and loan it out 8 or 9 times. In addition, the big Wall Street banks, they love transaction fees and trading and all of that. So they're dipping in and taking their little pound of flesh. And oh, by the way, there's no downside risk for them. So when the stock market crashes, they don't care, right? They get paid all the transaction costs on the buy and the sell. And then, oh, by the way, if you happen to be saving for a long time and you get, it's 10, 12, whatever years into it, life events happen, right? bad things can happen. Somebody can get sick, whatever. But also, you have another kid and you want to get a bigger house and it's a little crowded. And oh, by the way, you sell one house, buy a bigger one, and suddenly your savings gets cut in half. I mean, just stuff happens when you have cash there and you know it's there. You are very likely to create reasons to spend it, and that is a mistake. So, what is the right goal? So let me first ask yourself this, right? So fast forward 30 years and ask yourself, what do you want? Right? Do you want $1 million in the bank, or do you really want something else? Right? Do you want $1 million, right? So you can follow the popular 4% rule, right? You're taking out 4% a year, 40 grand, and just hoping your cash outlives you. I don't think so. That kind of sucks, frankly. Um, no, but this is what everybody's telling you, right? Go be a millionaire. Let's go. You want to be a millionaire too, right? Sorry, wrong answer. It's just silly. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. It's the wrong goal, and the more I think about it, the more I'm vibrating with excitement. Instead, I think the right goal is this. I think you need to set a goal of some number, and I'm saying it's at least $5,000. Right? You need to set up something where in 15 to 30 years you have $5,000 a month showing up when you're doing absolutely nothing. So why 5,000? Well, first off, 5,000 times 12 is 60 grand. And that's over, the 4% withdrawal from above. Go figure, right? So you live better off. In addition, these are after taxes, right? Because this money is likely held in real estate, so you get depreciation and all those other lovely tax benefits. So it's really more close to net, or yeah, a net number instead of a gross number. Where above you're taking it out and you could be hit for taxes, right? Here you're protected on taxes. So a much better thing to think about is, I retired and I have $5,000 that show up on, the first of every month or the fifth of every month or whatever you want to say, right? I don't know about you, but my bills show up every month. They don't show up once a year, right? So I'd much rather have income coming in every month than, some big, $1 million thing that I got to go, scrimp and save and take 4% out a year. I promise you, if you set a goal of passive income when you retire, you'll be much better off than anybody who's talking net worth. It's about the income statement, guys. It's not about the balance sheet. That's what we've been led to believe. It's all about the balance sheet. Balance sheet's almost not important. You need to worry about the income statement now, which all of you have high income. But I promise you, if you're not doing things now to protect yourself for income in the future, watch out, right? And again, as I said before, that 5K, and when you do it in real estate, you have depreciation and other tax savings. So it's really going to spend like 10K, right? Because you're not going to be spending a lot of that on taxes, right? So that's a net number, which is even better. I think you can do something 4 times inside of 2 years. So think about one every 6 months. And that's it. I think if you did this in the next 2 years, if that's all you did, you would be much better off in 15 years. Um, if you wanted to do more, so be it. But I'm just trying to help people get to 4 because it's an easy number. You count it on one hand, and it doesn't really scare people. I think you need to buy one pride of ownership rental every 6 months. Pride of ownership means it's already fully repaired, it's on somebody else's dime, it's fully leased, it has a tenant inside that's signed up, it has property manager, and all you're doing is you're buying that property and that future cash flow. Again, fully remodeled, leased, producing income and cash flow. The other thing that I'm doing, and you've heard me say before, is I want you to put more down, right? All the gurus talk about maximum leverage and all these things. And I've seen over the years where leverage kills. And again, these are for busy professionals, and you're only going to do 4 of these, so who cares, right? Your goal is to get these paid off and then have the cash flow going on in the future. So put more down, right? Some of you maybe want to put 50% down, right? And then let your tenants pay off the other 15% over 15 years. That's a great deal, right? You come into a $200,000 house, you put 100 grand down, and then somebody else pays the other 100 grand. Life is good, right? And what else happens? Over 15 years, the property's got to double, right? That's like 2 or 3% every year, and it doubles. Rent's going to be up at least 50%, right? And oh, by the way, you're also going to be a millionaire, right? If you own 4 free and clear rentals, right? If you bought them at 200, they're worth 400, and you have 4 of them. Congratulations, you're also a millionaire, right? Again, being a millionaire is the wrong goal. It's not a bad thing. I hope that makes sense. Please change your goal. Stop talking about net worth. net worth is an irrelevant thing to your daily lives, right? You need to spend cash and bills and all of that. So we need to start thinking about your income statement. I think you need to be focusing on leveraging your high income years. There's, a 10-year period, maybe it's a 15-year period, so that you can buy assets that produce a little cash flow now, but more importantly, produce a big mountain of cash flow in 15 years. I think you need to set a goal. I'm going to ask everybody to at least set a goal of 5,000, right? If you want more than that, go for it. But if we set the goal of 5K a month net, I think that's a good thing. And then lastly, if you're interested in what I'm talking about, you want to talk about how you secure some pride of ownership rentals that I'm creating, just reach out. I know I've talked to many of you about this, but in the end, that's not really what this is about. Sure, I'd love to sell you, a pride of ownership rental, but again, that's not why I'm doing this. I want to do this because people need to stop thinking about wanting to be a millionaire and instead talk about how much cash am I going to produce every month when I retire. My bills show up every month. I need to pay them every month. And the only reason I can retire early is because I have cash flow showing up and I'm in a very strong position. So hopefully that makes sense. Anybody, again, being a millionaire is not a bad thing. It is just absolutely the wrong goal. So in the end, if you like this, do me a favor, share this video with your friends, put it out on your social networks, because again, we have to stop people talking about being a millionaire and start talking about the income statement and having passive income every month. Also, subscribe to this channel, right? It's making a difference. We're up to 162 now. And as always, if you have a question, there is my email. And if you want to talk about getting a part of my program, just send me an email if you don't have my number, and we can start talking there. Have a great day.